In the face of persistent inflation, Donald Trump and Kamala Harris are offering different strategies on how to address it, each hoping their vision for the U.S. economy will resonate with voters eager for solutions. Inflation is Americans' top concern, with over 44% indicating that inflation and the cost of living are at the forefront of their minds. In the past 4 years, the inflation rate has gotten as high as 9.1% in June of 2022. And even with the wage growth reaching a peak of 6.7% that same month, it wasn't enough to counter the impact of increasing inflation rates. The inflation rate has dropped down to 2.9% as of July of this year. Trump and Harris have both spoken on their plans to lower inflation, each taking their own approach.
I will pass gigantic tax cuts for workers and keep their jobs here in the United States.
Billionaires and big corporations must pay their fair share in taxes.
According to CBS News, Trump has pledged to end the inflation nightmare, but his policies, which include adding tariffs to all imported goods, would likely fuel inflation and reverse some of the progress of the last 2 years, some economists say. And according to CNN, Trump is talking about 10% to 20% tariffs on most things except Chinese goods, which would get a 60% tariff.
We're doing tariffs on other countries. Other countries are going to finally, after 75 years, pay us back for all that we've done for the world. And the tariff will be substantial in some cases.
Trump has also spoken on his plans for tax cuts.
A reduction in the corporate tax rate from 21% to 15%, solely for companies that make their product in America.
He's also suggested eliminating the income tax on Social Security benefits. During the debate held on September 10th, the economy and inflation were the most talked about topics by both candidates.
Look, we've had a terrible economy because inflation which is really known as a country buster. It breaks up countries. We have inflation like very few people have ever seen before. Because I've never seen a worse period of time. People can't go out and buy cereal or bacon or eggs or anything else.
Harris has adopted some of Biden's plans, but has expanded them, focusing on tax cuts for middle and lower class families. Included in these plans is a $25,000 tax credit to be used for first-time homebuyers and a ban on grocery price gouging. Another tax credit Harris plans on expanding is the child tax credit.
I'll not only restore that tax cut, but expand it. We will provide $6,000 in tax relief to families during the first year of a child's life.
She also plans on raising taxes on the top 3% of American households and wants to raise corporate tax to 28%. Each candidate's plans rely on their party having a majority in Congress to proceed. Being unable to do so will knock the winner's plans off track. Regardless of who wins the 2024 presidential election, if nothing is put into place before the end of 2025, which is when the tax bill from 2017 expires, about 60% of American households will see sizable tax increases. This is Andrew Soto for WCSU News, Election Connection.